Hey guys, it's Kristen here with Hooks, Books, and Wanderlust. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today with a quick tutorial on how to make a tassel from yarn for your various crochet and or knit projects that you might have. All made from just using simple things from around the house, no fancy tools or anything. So let's get started. I have here is already one tassel done. So you can kind of get an idea of what you want it to look like. If you want a big fluffier version or maybe a skinnier version or shorter or whatever, it's totally customizable. The only thing that is going to determine the length is going to be how big the item is that you're wrapping it around. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardboard. If you want a 4-inch tassel, then you will need to make sure that the length of your cardboard is 4 inches. If you want it shorter, then obviously it can be 2 inches, 3 inches, or whatever. As long or as short as you want, you would just need to adjust the height of your piece of cardboard. The width is not going to matter. The other thing you're going to need is your yarn, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my yarn end here, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom edge of my piece of cardboard. When I start wrapping the yarn, I'm going to hold this first piece right here with my thumb until it's good and secure from the other wrappings. Now, if you want a bigger, fluffier, you're going to want to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. But for this one, this other tassel I have here, I only wrapped about 20 times or so. And by a wrap, I mean one full wrap around. So we have all the way up and down. And so as you've met, your yarn end reaches the bottom edge from the back, that's one wrap. So I've got one, and I'm just going to keep going until I get to about 20. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, again, if you wanted it to be fluffier, you'll just keep wrapping, but I'm going to stop here for right now, and I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut my yarn right here at this edge of my cardboard. So that way I have all even pieces working straight down. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to cut a piece that's maybe 8 to 10 inches long, roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I am going to thread my tapestry needle with that yarn. Okay. So I put it on the tapestry needle just because I find that it helps me get into this space a little bit better, but you're going to work that yarn underneath the very top of your yarn wraps. So I kind of just stick mine down into the corrugated part of the thing, or slide up, however you can get through it, and then just kind of wedge it under there. You don't want to pull it all the way through. In fact, you just want to leave it about halfway, because then what you're going to do is you're going to pull that yarn all the way up to the top of your tassel in progress, as we'll call it. And you're going to tie a square knot. And a square knot is kind of like your basic shoelace tie. It starts out, so you just do the X and then over under. Just a quick knot. You want to pull it real tight because you want to make sure that it cinches really well and it holds all those wraps. Then tie it one more time. Ah, lost it, sorry. I'm going to pull this a little bit This is really awkward to do with a camera right in between my arms. Sorry, guys. So then with my tie here at the top, that's going to be what I affix the tassel to my work with. So now we're going to just slide it very carefully off of our cardboard. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera. Okay, and you'll see when you pull that off is you've got like this nice little O of yarn. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we are going to cut right at the very bottom of that O. And I like to do that by kind of just pulling everything taut and just snipping. And so now you'll be left with like a little rainbow or upside down U N, I don't know. Anyhow, so you've got your yarn wrapped there. And from here, it's starting to look a little bit more like a tassel if you just squish it all together kind of and lay it down. So the next part to our tassel is we're going to cut another piece of yarn. And again, I would say 8 to 10 inches. I've been cutting mine right around 8 inches for these because I only did 20 wraps and I'm not too particular for it to have like a really wide cinch in here with this yarn. So I only wrap mine a few times. But if you want it to be a wider band here on your tassel, then you'll want to cut this piece of yarn substantially longer, depending upon how thick you want that to be. So, oh, sorry, I don't need that yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it down flat and position about an inch from the top of my tassel. Again, this is a personal preference. I would stay within the 3/4 inch to inch area, especially if it's a thinner one. Maybe if you have a lot more puffier tassel, then you might consider going down a little bit more, but it's up to you. Again, it's all aesthetics and it's what you want it to look like. So here again, I'm just going to tie in a quick knot right where I want it, and I'm going to pull it really tightly. Okay, so I've got my knot here, and now I am just going to take my long ends of this piece of yarn and I'm going to wrap them to make that band. So I'm going to do first one going in one direction, a couple of times around. That's good. I'm going to leave it kind of draped across the top here. And then I'm going to do the other one in the other direction. And then set it down. And once I am done and the width of my band here is to my liking, then I will go ahead and just tie another quick knot here. Maybe. Come on there and fuzz. There we go. And then one more to secure it. Now you'll notice that you're left with like these kind of wonky positioned yarn ends and they kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So that's when you'll want to grab your tapestry needle again. And you're going to thread one of the tail, first one, then the other. So you got the one, and you're going to feed that tail down into the center of the tassel. And kind of like you're going to go right through the center of it, down straight out the bottom. And that's just moving the tail kind of to the inside. It makes it hides it a little bit better. And then once you've done one, you will repeat that with the other side as well. Okay, same thing. Just kind of poke it down through the center. You can pull those tight, and you might need to pull on the top here a little bit as well. But now you can see that is hidden a lot better. Now they are a little bit longer than the rest of them, so it's just a matter of going back in and kind of trimming everything up. But other than that, that is how you make your tassel. So you've got your knot in the back, and here's the right side of your tassel. And from there, you would just use these original ties here to affix that to your project. That's it. That's it for this tutorial. I hope that you liked it. If you did, hit that little thumbs up. And if you want to see more tutorials and crochet patterns, then by all means, please hit that subscribe button while you're there. I am going to put a link to the photo tutorial for tassel making on my blog in the description box below. It'll just kind of break down the step-by-step in photos that are nice and zoomed in and clear. So if you learn better that way, then there's that option as well. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys around the next time. Bye.